Mm, mm, mm. Doo-doo. Hey, everybody, get in here. We are definitely running on a different kind of schedule today. It has been a long day. I just got back here and I am I'm on to do Real Talk Tuesday, but it's not going to happen tonight in its normal format, guys. Because again, today has just been a scheduling nightmare day on my end, and I know on the mayor's end, he's got this big thing that he's got coming up tomorrow that he's preparing for. So we will redo this somehow, and I don't think I'm in focus, so I'm gonna have to get myself in focus here. But again, I'm not going to be on here long because I'm doing some stuff that I need to get working on some stuff that I need to get done and get finished so that it can go out tomorrow also. So let me hop off 1 second off the screen. That is, I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna still gonna. I got something I want to share with you guys. I got a interesting story that I've been working on, and I was gonna do it in a video format, not live, but I'm gonna probably do it here live, and then I'll probably do it again in a video format. But it's an interesting story. For all my people in New York City. New York City. Yeah, let me see what this thing looks like on the screen here. New York City. Yeah, I'm out of focus. B. Yeah. Let me get that together. So, yep, y'all come on in here, man. Let's spend a few minutes. We're going to talk about a few things. Again, we are going to shout out to the folks out in Pelion, South Carolina. I was out there at Pelion High School tonight at the game between Pelion and Blackville High School, which is kind of how my schedule got tossed up, part of it. But, again, this was just a lot going on today. And let me get this part of this thing done here. So, yeah. So give me 1 second. Let me hop off here. I think that's a little better right there. Again, guys, my apologies about tonight. It was a scheduling whole, thing, but again, we'll work it out. Um, a lot of stuff's going on, so again, I want to talk to shout out to my people in New York, my people out there in Brooklyn. The New York City mayor has been going through it here lately. He at one point he was the Democrats' favorite son. He was the, you know what I mean, the new kid on the block. And they were singing the praises of one mayor. And this is who my man Thomas used to call Mayor McClary. He used to call him Mayor Frank Adams. But the mayor in New York City is dealing with what a lot of people are dealing with. Man, listen. Oh, my bad. My bad. My bad. I was told, hey man, send me that link. I'm coming on. My bad. It's all good, B. Bro. I said, nah, we doing this here. He may have something big. Get your blood pressure medicine together. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Because that's what I'm thinking. Well, that story real fast is not going to happen, but look, I'm gonna do that in a video form. So what I need y'all to do right now is go ahead and hit that like button as you come in there and share this out so we can go ahead and get some more people in here. Come on and do that. Come on and do that. All right, let me export this. Y'all, I got computers in front of me. I'm doing a bunch of different stuff while I'm doing this. So y'all know the boy is bad. So anyway, yeah, Mayor McClary said he's about to hop on here, man. I think he got everything good. He can kind of give you guys a, if you don't have nothing to do tomorrow and you want to support the town of Andrews, you want to go, you want to know what's going on in the county, like in each municipality in the county, and you want to know this for sure, you probably want to make your way down to the Wynyard Auditorium. I think that's where they're having that at. It's the state of the towns, right? It's basically the State of the Union where each municipality, gives a briefing on the direction and kind of how things are doing, and all that stuff. And by the way, that audio came out very well. I'm working on it actually right now. See, can I pull off a couple different things at one time? So that is saved as state of the state. Gotcha. We're gonna say no to that. But yeah, hey yo, man, listen, I see 4 people in here that should be 4 likes. Come on, y'all, hit that like button. It's not costing y'all nothing to hit the like button. Facebook they is tripping on your boy. Okay. They is tripping on your boy. So we need to get this reach out here. All right. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Smash that button, man. There it is. I appreciate you guys. What up, Veronica in the building? Let's see. Where is
Go.
Let's go.
Go, Shawty, it's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. We gonna say Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give a fucking at the birthday. Go.
Oh man, I really like that. What up, y'all? Come on, get in here. We getting a little late start, but again, we're gonna make it happen. We gonna make it happen. Did Andrews High basketball play today? And if they did, where did they sponsor? Football team 707. Football team travel. All right, so my man Mike is looking for sponsors for a new football team, 707 football travel team. We are called Clarksville Kings and are looking to sponsor kids, leagues, fees, and uniforms. We are looking to reach a goal of $2,000. I'm going to find more information on that and definitely get that in the building. And whoa. Let's get this formatted correctly. What's going on, sir? How are you? Welcome to the Late Start podcast. My bad on today's, lots going on, but we're here.
No, I just got in preparing for a presentation tomorrow. Talk to folks about the state of the town, along with the other municipalities in the county. So I'm just getting in. So I'm the late one.
No doubt. Hey, Mr. Gaskin, that's in Clarksville, Tennessee. That it's a gentleman, Pastor Mike Flanagan, who I'm in a group text and I just read it. But yeah, that sounds like something that we need to get in the area. But sir, what do you got going on tomorrow? I kind of alluded to it. What do you have going on tomorrow?
So this is the the Georgetown County Chamber of Commerce always sponsors the state of the county and cities, and that's where we the 3 municipalities in the county coming to give a fairly large audience tomorrow. I think it's well over 100 attendees tomorrow. Just kind of give them a status of where the town, or in our case it's the town and in the county where we are. Just a brief overview. We got about 10 minutes to put out a lot of information each. There's also a breakfast. So tomorrow is the first time. I think we're doing this thing at as early as it is. So 8:30 tomorrow at the Howard High gym. I think that's what they call it. And that's where it'll be held. But we'll get an opportunity again to share information, and everyone kind of, toots their horn a little bit and talk about, the good, the bad, and the ugly, what's happening. And there, there's folks from the state, industry, and other places that are listening in. And so that's what we'll be doing tomorrow morning at 8:30. But after that, then I go to make my way over to at Florence to sit in on this selection board or a review board for cadets interested in going to the academies. And so that's a program sponsored by Congressman Russell Fry. And I was selected to sit on that board, on that review panel, if you will, and make some recommendations for our next generation of leaders in the military.
Oh man!
And from there, I'll leave Florence and go to Charleston to be with Mr. Elliot Middleton, Live 5 tomorrow. Tomorrow kind of marks the 100th car that he's given away over the past years as part of his Middleton's Village to Village Foundation.
And this is happening in Charleston?
Yes, Live 5. It'll be a live broadcast tomorrow, and he's asked for me to join him. That program started here in Andrews, and as I mentioned before, we have like 6 recipients of cars. I mean, Mercedes, Lincolns, anything he get his hand on that is serviceable, he get it to folks who are challenged with getting from point A to point B, and this makes a world of difference in people's lives. And so we've been, again, of the 100, we've gotten 6. And, in January, someone else will be blessed with a car based on a raffle he had here last month during my food truck rally. So he's doing great in town.
No doubt. You guys see his information on there, and he's going to be opening up in Andrews January 1st, right?
Yeah, he's already serving. He started out with his grill and still doing that. So, have some of the best barbecue, just stuffed potato, just really, really good food. So I encourage folks to go out and pay him a visit. And it's right there at the Exxon where the old substation used to be. So he's now has occupied that spot. So yeah, good man.
So does the town have a private jet?
No, that's that little white car there.
Boy, listen, BMW. I'm telling y'all, BMW in Spartanburg. Y'all need to come. That motor they got in there. Wow, man, I thought golly, man, that's.
Hey, look, it's unreal. The requests that I've been getting here since at the end of the old campaign or election or whatever, it's just crazy. And I can't make them all, but I think these things are important because they're all impact or having a potential impact on our plan to move forward. So you got to be at these places, you got to be seen, and you got to let folks know what's going on. So we'll make it happen. Preferably, all will be done safely, and I get back sometime tomorrow afternoon.
Man, you about to spend that whole $600 in gas tomorrow.
Oh, that's spent. That's spent, buddy.
Oh man, that's what's up, man. So, a little fire started today. A little, you know what I mean. I was called a liar and attacked, on Facebook, which is kind of normal, kind of par for the course, but it is what it is. But this thing came out today. I haven't had a chance to speak with Chief, and I look forward to doing that when I come into town this week. Sitting down and just kind of talking about him, not necessarily about that, but that will come up. that was posted on and just, I don't know if you know, because you're not in law enforcement, obviously. But these numbers, what is your thoughts on these numbers? Not your first thought, but what do you think about this thing that was posted? And I'm gonna say this now. Hey man, if it's cleaning up the streets, it's cleaning up the streets. Good, but
well, I will never take issue with law enforcers enforcing the law, and I trust that everybody is doing it right according to the how it's supposed to be done, to the standards. I don't have an issue with that, but I will say every Wednesday, the first Wednesday of every month, folks are invited down to the municipal court that's held at, I think it's 8:30 at the magistrate's office right across from the library, and they can get a sense of the activities that our PD is involved in. That's municipal court, and I see the dockets from time to time, and there are multiple pages of infraction things that have to be brought before the judge for a decision. And so I would say, both parties, there's always going to be, you're not going to have enough officers to cover all the things that are happening. So if this is happening, it's done right, I applaud that and don't take issues with it. But again, if you want to know what's going on within your own PD, Chief has already established an advisory council. Each council member were asked to provide 2 people. What's going on, young man? Mr. Jamar, man, hey, this guy's doing great stuff. Hopefully we're highlighting our young men and women who really stepped forward and doing some great things in town. So hopefully we'll get to talk a little bit about what Jamar has headed up. And I'll talk about an effort I'll have going on Friday that's going to complement exactly what these young folks have started. So I'll cover that as well. But again, back to law enforcement. Yeah, we're the elected officials. We are lawmakers. We're not the law enforcers. So we make the law. It's enforced by our law enforcement agencies, regardless of what level, and then it goes before the judge for a decision. And so we want to see exactly what's going on within our own PD. Then I would say, speak with Chief or show up on the first Wednesday, 8:30 at the courthouse, and then you can observe the cases ongoing there. It won't release the dockets because the dockets obviously have some sensitive. I'll come back to Mr. Gaskin's question as well. I was going to tap into that too. Go ahead. Yeah, so a lot going on. I don't take, again, if things are done right and with the right intent, I applaud it.
And that's where I'm at. Listen, if it's cleaning up the town, good, right? But like, I don't want this to be a hey, look at me moment, right? I'm familiar with a few sheriffs in this like I've never seen Sheriff Leon Lott do anything like that. I've never seen the sheriff here where I am do anything like that. It just and again, it's on the citizens. If you ain't right, hey, guess what? That's the kind of thing that's going to happen to you. Okay, so
and I'll say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let's just keep keep the same energy, because it just seems as if, and I mean, he said it that, after the listening session, and he did listening sessions in other parts of the county. And I would love to see those numbers, as in, because it just seems as if they were picking on.
Okay, I lost you for a second. Okay. I'll say this, and I think in all things we do in regards to where you are, communication is key. That's one of the things I learned through this whole this campaign effort, is that we're going to have to use multiple means of communication. Not everybody's on Facebook and those things. So if the intent is to keep this public informed, Again, I applaud that. But as you stated, that should be the methodology or the same practice wherever you know these cases are, I mean, these things are happening. I haven't gone back to do any research to see whether what's happening across the rest of the what's reported across the rest of the county. But to your point, it should be the same and not a reflection here. But again, communication is key. That when we share things of that nature or anything else that's going on, it should bring a level of comfort, or in some case like this, it brings some concern because of how it's perceived, how it's presented, and it should not be one community highlighted over the other. And if that's the case, then I take issues with that. But again, where do you draw the line in providing communication across the spectrum? Don't get me wrong, and not just singling out a community. And preferably that was not the case. But again, you raised some good questions that probably need to be addressed. And it's not my document, so I can't speak to it. But I'll say again, if they want to know what's going on in the PD, Andrews PD, I invite them to show up at the court on the first Wednesday of every month.
No doubt. Hey, Mr. Gaskins, one of the things is, man, we need to start a nonprofit. Is the first step to creating us a league. And he says here, Mayor, how hard is it to get the sports team for the kids in town?
I got to give it to I think it's the county. The county runs all, the Parks and Recreation is responsible for all of the activities in the recreation department. And I will say this: when I drive by over at the old high school, our rec complex, there's a ton of kids out there playing football. I know there's a very active. I don't know how much in terms of baseball, because the travel baseball thing is kind of, sucked up all of the, the talented athletes, and they travel a lot. And so you don't see as much as when I was coming up playing baseball. And I also give, I'll give the First Baptist Church a shout out, because they do, I can't remember, in Upward, I think program is called Upward or something like that.
Upward, yeah.
Yeah, Upward. And so they have a very active, I've seen soccer, and I think I've seen flag football. So it's a ton of kids that go out there. So between those two, you could probably find the sport that your kid is, your children is interested in. But again, I'll refer back, and I don't know if you have it keyed up, Mr. Richardson, the link to the Georgetown County Parks and Recreation, and you'll see all of the activities. Or if it's in Andrews, we can stop by the rec to pick up some of the flyers, but they do have a pretty active program. And it varies from place to place, I think, based on the interest. So you may go to Pawleys Island, it could be something different. I know pickleball is huge there. So that's that's one of those protected type activity. And here, I'm not sure, I just haven't spent a lot of time in the gym to see where our kids are have expressed most interest. It's probably something we need to do, but let's try to get Mr. Gaskin linked up with the Parks and Rec.
Yeah, I'm pulling that that site up here now. And you're right, Georgetown Parks and Recreation and the library have a lot of programs. And the problem a lot of times, sometimes, I can't say a lot of times, but sometimes is participation. And it's one of those things where, you gotta kind of want to know. So yeah, I got this. I got the site pulled up here. I'm gonna pull it up here real fast and get a nice view. Oh man,
and I'll tell you, I mean, the information is out there. Google is a wonderful thing, and in thinking these days and times, it's an information overload. So, all right, there we go. That's Miss Beth Goodall, who is the director of the Parks and Rec for the county. And I think you can go to each of the sites, the Andrews Recreation Department, Pawleys Island, and then Choppy, Choppy, Waccamaw, and then Choppy.
Okay, it's Bureau of Aging current programs. Let's see, scroll
But
down.
the aging piece of that is for our seniors. They also in these brand new rec departments or rec centers is a section where our elderly go and enjoy different activities. They take them on trips to different places. I've seen them out even in Merle's Inlet dining. So the aging program is really good for our seniors.
See what we got here.
See Mr. Briggs looking for a mayor advisory, youth advisory. Yes, sir. I've had conversation. We just haven't moved on it. There's a few kids that are interested in that, and I try to express again during the campaign. That's one of my focuses on the kids. I'm spending more time with them. I remember my first term. I was heavily involved in the sports and in the schools and going, part of the reading programs. We got to get back to that. I was reminded of how important that is when I went to the school when the elementary school had a program that morning for the veterans, and so we were there and just to see the look on those kids' face and how it's important for them to see not just veterans but the mass. Many of them recognize me, and so we'll get back. We'll get back into there and hopefully we can get an advisory group out of that from our junior council. Matter of fact, Mayor Green is probably going to be the little mayor for that group. He's been working on it for the last couple of years probably. He told me, he said it's important that I win so he can get his seat. I said yes sir. So, all right, what do we have here, Mr. Jamar? Get active. That's right. Yeah, you got to get active, man. And these, again, Mr. Jamar and his team came together, raised some funds, to provide for those that are underserved and some of our homeless folks and those kind of things. And so that is huge. And so the segue into, so today I was able to speak with a young lady who is going to bring us a large truck full of food this Friday for our community. We're going to have to figure out how we go the distribution plan. We got some things we're working right now. We'll be able to publish something in the next day or so, but that'll be Friday evening. And anybody want to come out and support that, we welcome you because there's going to be a lot of food. We've done this once before, a couple times before, but again with Mrs. Joyce Hudson. When she comes, she brings us tons of meat. All kind of it's just a full grocery shopping cart full of stuff that is useful. And I think at this time of the year, again, to add a little caveat to the work that's been done by our young folks, I think this is going to be a big boost for our community. So we'll get back with everyone on a time and place for the distribution of that.
Yeah, and so Mr. Gaskin, I got here. I see you said he said he coached at Upward, and he said he's looking for something. So on this site is really good. This is the Georgetown County Parks and Recreation website, and you got the welcome and you got upcoming programs. You can see here where it has fall sports, and I think this is old probably. It says upcoming, but NFL. Flag cheerleading, that should be done. Yeah, and it's got all of it. Basketball, you know what I mean? Everything right there. Yeah.
Hey,
go ahead.
I apologize for that. Hey, and one thing too, my nephew and I have been talking about this for years, and I think it's time, especially now we got Mr. Gaskin is interested. It's holding these clinics again. Marcus is an expert in track and field, speed, conditioning, those kind of things. I still have a little skill set left in the baseball. So we were talking about having these little camps, a skills conditioning and all that kind of camp for our athletes. And so maybe that's something that he can, we can all team up together, put together for our youth. And then it can probably, again, branch off from that. But we got guys standing by now to do that. I remember a few years ago, myself and Markey and Justin Duncan at the time went out to Hemingway, and we were invited out to help with the track team. Help with the coaches, brand new coaches, and that worked out well. So I think it's something that we actually can do, and in the off seasons and during the summers, kind of run those camp, and hopefully we can get folks like Quan and some of these standout athletes from the past to come help us out in some of the clinics.
Absolutely, there, Mr. Gaskins. Yeah, that's definitely yeah, absolutely. If people want to know how do some of these people have these programs good all the way through these towns, is because they invest in their youth, and they start, by the time them kids get to the high school program, it's just they that's all they know.
Yeah. Yep. And Chris Chris, he's the National Guard soldier down there. He does a lot of stuff too. So I think he'll join us in pulling this thing together. So we'll get that started. Hopefully Marcus is listening tonight, because we need him out there. All these athletes are former athletes.
No doubt. Marcus was probably the most talented athlete to come through. And he couldn't catch.
He can't catch.
He can't. I mean, on the football, I'm talking about decorated. Like,
oh yeah, oh no doubt. Yeah. He was super at track. In fact, this is his ring that I'm wearing right now. This is one of his championship rings from. I think this one is from Western Kentucky University. And so, yeah, he's a standout. I think he was number 7 in the country at one point in high school in hurdles, 110 hurdles. And so he still have the skill set and have the desire to do that. Chris Marlowe, that's my guy. Yep. Okay. Okay, he's a soldier too, man. I like this guy. I got to meet Mr. Gaskin, if I haven't yet.
Who's Chris Marlowe?
Chris Marlowe is he started first class, I believe, he did staff, but he's down now at the National Guard, so he runs the National Guard or manages it, and very active. In fact, when we did our first punt, pass, and kick, Chris was very instrumental in that piece as well, and we gave cash prize trophies to. We had both male and female. And I should never get too busy to spend that kind of time with the kids, but that was we had a great turnout, but that was several years ago. And that could be the thing that, that around that structure. And then off on the side, we're doing some skill stuff, getting what Marcus does. And we can't leave you out. You're one of the toughest football players and basketball players. You don't talk about those things, but Mark and I do talk about it. So we have the right pedigree to get our kids straight before they go to the coaches and teach them some of the fundamentals. If you don't know, I played pretty good football too. I got my little Hall of Fame thing for baseball, but I was a decent football player. Defensive back and wing back. Okay, don't y'all forget that. I'm gonna post one of my pictures tonight.
I think Marcus just entered the building over there on Welcome to the Podcast. I sent him a link. I want Marcus to come on here. Yeah. But like I was saying, he was talented, but he wasn't. EJ was the. I mean,
yeah.
Name somebody in Andrews High history. All these Andrews High sports aficionados. Name somebody that was MVP 1 year. Track and field.
Yep.
Football, basketball. Three sports. Name the athlete.
See, when you start, that's what I listen to some of this chatter about, the greats that came out of Andrews High. I'm not one. Okay, I don't want to say I'm one of the ones, but I will tell you, I'll speak on EJ, man. EJ was just a
different
and my nephew
individual.
Yeah, so we've got some talent, and so it'll be interesting when the coach starts this Hall of Fame selection process.
No doubt. Yeah, that's gonna be woo. Let me tell you something. It's gonna
Be
be
the next
some
pandemic in town.
yeah, there's gonna be some mad people. Hey, listen, everybody, man, protect yourself. Be careful. Make sure you wash your hands when you're touching doors and you know what I mean, walking in and out of these gas stations or whatever. Use that elbow and you know, be careful what you're touching. You know what I mean? There's some respiratory things going on right now. You know what I mean? That C-19 still hanging around. You know?
Uh-oh. So his wife was a point guard.
Okay.
95 to 99. Who's in that era?
95 to 99. That's that would be that's right up to Monique them. They
No, she's 95. We may have to have Mr. Gaskin on one time here on Straight Talk Tuesdays. We want to like he's got a lot of history right there.
all right, what we got here? She had trophy and all.
All right.
Yeah, we gotta have a listen. I'm telling you, when they start that selection for it's gonna be whoo, how he get and the problem is that like people can't like you can't live in another era. You know, you saw somebody and you thought that was the best thing you ever saw then. So in your mind, man, ain't nothing better than that. And so it's going to be.
Hey, I applaud coaching. I think it's important, but I just hate to be him or that committee that begins this thing. But I'm sure coach has been doing this for a long time, so he'll figure out how to get it done and keep the temperature down a little bit. Because you look at, the basketball teams. There are several championship teams, right? I think in the late 80s or early 90s. I can't remember. I was off doing some crazy stuff. I know the softball team prior to the most recent state champs, there were 2 state champs during my era. So Joni Jordan, yeah. So, it's going to be, and then you got to go all the way back to Leroy Neesmith to start talking football.
Yeah, see, these are names that I'm not familiar with. Like so,
AC Collins.
Yeah. Now I hear just coming through the program. Being connected to the program, you hear the names. Like these are names that and I mean,
Marion
across
James.
the board when people that name Marion James, AC Collins, but like that ain't it's like no question, no question. Hey, he dropping some stuff. What he said, her dad drove bus for Rosemary and stuff and worked at the elementary. Watch this name right here. Bing.
Okay. All right. I know. Yeah. Now you start talking about this history in the school. Yeah, Mr. Stanley Scott. He's been around for a long time, man. He is Mr. Rosemary.
Yes, sir. That's he got my attention. He started talking about Rosemary, man. But yeah, it's just names like that from back in the day that, like I said, it's gonna be beautiful.
Alan Poston,
Yeah, Alan Poston was
Johnny Beeler. Come on now, I can roll with it.
Yeah. See, and during that era, you know what I was doing? I was in the back of the bleachers back there playing football.
Hey, that's where the game was happening.
Listen, we got to the game. I didn't even know football. I was mad when it was like the game over. Like what? Because we had legendary battles back there.
Oh my God, man! I was just talking to Levon White about that. He was talking because he was there in and around the team and assisted with the training and management when we were playing, and so he was reminding me of some of the things he recalled from that time. But yeah, that's where the playing was going on.
Yeah, man.
So best of luck to coach for this selection process.
Yeah, good luck with that, coach. I don't envy you in that position there at all.
And you don't win coach of the year and not be able to carry this kind of stuff on his shoulders. So he can handle it.
No doubt. Yeah, and guys, remember Levon White's son, Levon, is gonna be okay, man. Let's go. He's gonna be at the North-South game, and just so I didn't even have it right. But let's get old Marcus up in the building right here.
Oh, look who's it. Mr. Hurdle himself. I'm talking trash about you, boy.
What's up with y'all? How y'all doing?
Doing good, brother. How are you, man? Good to see you.
Good. Yeah, I've been up on the internet looking at other box trucks, man.
Hurdle to success, huh?
Yeah, then how y'all been though?
Good, man. Are you still looking for help, man? Go ahead right now. We're gonna give you the floor. Go ahead, plug, put out. You know what you need to be doing.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm right now using my athleticism right now in the box truck game. We deliver furniture, appliances, anything in that area. Right now, it's a real big industry. As we all know, the internet has got super extreme as far as deliveries goes. Customers right now are ordering over the top from Lowe's, Home Depot, Ashley Furniture. I really look forward to getting more young men. Right now, I'm needing more trucks, so I'm looking into getting more box trucks, smaller ones, bigger ones, whatever the case may be. As long as these guys are able to handle these vehicles, come with good license. It's been guys we've paid for their license to be fixed. We've took them through courses, and what I consider courses is sitting on the truck with me for 2 weeks and just noticing how we move with the product, how we communicate with customers, because that's one of the most important things. I could care less how many loads give me. As long as my customer's happy, we pretty much are successful almost on every trip. I mean, they calling us back. I need Marcus to deliver this, or I need this team to deliver this. But a lot of times it's going to be how you treated the customer's house. So we go into customers' homes. We want to straighten that carpet up. If you accidentally moved it, straighten it back up. I mean, it's real small things that get their attention. And that's a lot of things I teach guys, is just to respect going in the community's homes. It's new to us because we went through COVID 2018, 2019. I speak about that a lot because it actually changed the market. A lot of times you would think people are going into these stores. In our reality, we sit on our couch and we're ordering from Walmart. Walmart right now is looking for a 3PL company to deliver their products. We can order anything from food, and you don't even have to leave your home right now. And a lot of companies are jumping on that, but they can't find the employees. And the employees are the people that are going to do the deliveries. And that's something that I expand on, is finding workers for that. And that's nothing easy. I mean, like for myself, for example, I mean, I have a degree in psychology, sports management. I deal with athletes. I could deal with people with disabilities and mental health. That's where I started at for about 8 to 10 years. And then I went into the logistics area because, that's just where life detoured me. But it's great. It's growing. And I think it's a business that a lot of young people can join because you can utilize your energy in so many different ways. I mean, you don't have to get out there and kill yourself. Or you look at my videos, I'm lifting up these heavy things. And that's really to get the young people attention. Let them know, like, I'm enjoying it. I'm using it as an exercise. I'm doing it in a safe way. But we also have straps. We have dollies. I don't show that part. But I'm showing the part that's going to get your attention. You hit me up like, dang, you did that? Yeah, but here's how we really do it. So that's all about the marketing part. So if you see my videos up there, it's more for inspiration. It's bring in more young people like myself, letting them know you don't have to go get a 4-year degree to make a lot of money in this market. I mean, you go on Indeed right now and you'll see the jobs that I'm in right now. Home Depot, Lowe's, you put 26-foot box truck and you put in 26-foot box truck contractor and you put white glove. It'll tell you $200,000 a year. I share that with everybody. I mean, will you take on the opportunity and do it? You might not. You be like, dang, I might need to come under you and learn how you did it before I do it. But I'll show you that. You go on Indeed and you can find that $200,000 a year. Will you get that full $200,000? I don't know. Will you get any damage throughout the year? Will you be able to take care of these people product where they're not deducting those payments from you? Will you take care of gas? Will you take care of your employees? All that comes in. And we're learning that now. The first 3 years, we lost a lot of money. We gave away a lot of money. Right now, we're going into it with a different mindset where we're not focused on our profit loss and profit gain. That's something new to us. So, and it's always been there. It's just we never focused on it because we were so involved with the money. Now it's more of how can we make this money build us? How can we make it build our company and build it tenfold where we're not looking for employees, they're looking for us.
No doubt, bro. I'm in that same phase in my business, man. For the first 4 years, I've just been running and gunning, trying to, pull down every dollar. And so now, I had to kind of fall back and reevaluate. And so what is the challenge that you run into most often taking somebody off the street and getting the best out of them? What is your challenge right now in the workforce?
Right now, a lot of the companies are, and I'll say the first thing, they're looking for background check, drug tests. A lot of the guys come in like, man, dang, I got this right here on my background. How I'm gonna get a job? And,
what kind of, like, because a lot of them think, oh, like when what are they looking for in these background checks?
They're not necessarily looking for you to be this squeaky clean person. They're looking for you. Like, for example, if you ordered a piece of furniture, and I had to come into your home, you don't want me to be a person that has a CDV case. You don't want me to be a person that might have started fires. It's things that could harm another person that I don't want you. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of the guys, they're good and they think they're not good, but if you just come and do a simple background check, it doesn't take no money out of my pocket and it doesn't take any money out of yours. But what it does is it shows us that I'm going to have to find a new opportunity for him, and there are other opportunities. I might not be able to get you into like Lowe's, or I'll just say white glove. White glove is where I'm bringing your product in the home. I might be able to get you on because I have contracts with that. And I mean, I'm not utilizing those contracts, but they're still there. I have relationships with those people. We had TSP and Andrews. They've moved to Charleston. I don't know if anybody's aware of it, but they're down the street. The difference is I don't want to have to work for TSP and drive from no, not TSP. I don't want to have to work from the new company in Charleston, drive from Charleston all the way to the beach to get those customers. It's killing me on gas. So I moved to Mount Pleasant now. I'm working from Mount Pleasant and I deal with just, Mount Pleasant, Johns Island, all of those areas. And you're able to choose that region for yourself. And if I have guys that got bad background, I shoot them over to that, and you got a bad background. So I'm not saying don't be upset with the distance you got to travel, but you got to crawl before you walk. So this is where I can get you in.
Do you have issues with because you're an easygoing guy? Do you have issues with guys coming in not respecting you for being the owner, respecting you as the boss of the company?
Yes,
they want to be buddy, like.
Yeah, and look, and I'm gonna be honest with you, because I'm a young guy growing to 2019 when we started up. I was a part of that issue, a lot of, and we've learned how to grow around that. So not necessarily shunning my guys away. I'm still going to invite you into my circle. It's just now we've learned how to communicate better. So I'm gonna just tell you straight, right then, if that's not okay. I'm gonna just tell you that right then, and they understand that about me, like, and I can say it in a cool way, I can say it in a disrespectful way, about how you choose to deliver those words. And a lot of people aren't gonna accept feedback from you. I mean, I know we realize that on the internet, and it's hard to type those things to how you want to communicate with people. And like I say, my degree in psychology, I love it because I like to deal with people. And a lot of times I'm gonna mess with you, and I don't even have an outcome for what I'm speaking on, but I'm going to give everything I need to know about you, and then maybe we can come back down to where we can de-escalate the situation and we're both on the same page. It's going to get there, because I'm not going to give up on working on you. You might give up and block me, and I never be able to communicate with you again. I'll see you again maybe in the store, and I'm going to still speak to you the same way, because never allow arguments, never allow disagreements to just lose that connection with people in general. I mean, we're still human beings. Everybody make mistakes, and that's one thing I see is like a godly aspect in my life. If I don't make it to church every day, at least I get to deal with people in a positive way. Because I mean, life right now has so much negative things being thrown at us. We have to take the positivity out of those negative things. And I know we can find it. It's just, are you going to use it as an excuse that you can't see it, or are you going to use this as an opportunity for growth? Because if you see something wrong going on, that's an opportunity for you to change it. You could be that person, but instead we use that opportunity to murmur, complain, look down on, and that's not going to help us. We teaching our kids, they're looking at us. And one thing I do around my daughters, I hurt my hand. I look the other way, and a lot of people are like, dang, you didn't see her hurt her hand? Yeah, I seen it, but a lot hurt it. I don't want to. Oh my God! And she's crying now. All of my kids, like, you see, they tough. And they hit themselves. And I'm going to check on it, but I'm not going to be that parent that's going to be there to, oh my God, I got to check. No, we're going to get through this, and I'm going to We're going to work on it. I'm going to tape it up, put a little band on it, and then you're going to know not to hit that same stunt you did the first time for that injury. And that's how we got to go about life. Like right now, life is moving at such a fast pace for us. And me being from Andrews, born and raised, and a culture shock straight to California from out of high school, you know, thank God for my uncle showing me exactly, you know, where to find that money at. We went to Barstow, California. I was making so much money, I didn't want to go to school. And a lot of people don't know that. I was like, man, I don't got to go to college right now, because if I made $8,000 in 1 week, there ain't no way they're gonna be able to pay me that. He said, I understand that, but you still got to get education. I was like, man, and it was hard for him to get me off base, because I was trying to stay on base and get that money that was coming. I said, these people, whole family just moved here. Why I'm gonna go to college? And this man got his wife, his daughter. They were getting so much money off of this program, and those programs still exist today. It's just we being from a small town, it's not a bad thing, but we need to push our kids out, because there's things out there that'll make you so, and it's not all about money. It's just about growth in general. Like, you meet so much new people, you see different adventures in life. And I started the logistics with Uber, and Uber showed me I can make $300 a day right off Hollywood Boulevard. I leave the house at 3 o'clock. I get back home at 12 a.m. and I make $300 to $800 every day. And Uber gave us bonuses, Uber and Lyft. And so I was like, if the logistics like this, just dropping people off, I wonder what it would be like, you know. And it popped back up. Yeah, it popped back up around the time I was down, you know. And it's just a blessing, man. And like, one thing for sure, like, we don't want to lose these opportunities in life. So I'm trying to find good things to do. And like, I got a little thing coming up where I appreciate Mr. Jeremiah Cumby. He put me on this thing where I'm be able to speak in front of a group of young kids. And this will be my first time doing it. And maybe not the last time, but I mean, I look forward to continuing this growth and just dealing with our youth.
Yeah, bro, you can't be your last time. Now, Miss Veronica had a question. Can you retire in 2 weeks? I'm gonna go ahead and tell her no, not from what he's doing. Now, the courses that I have, you better not try to do it in 2 weeks. You saw what happened to the man in Sumter, okay? But he bought the course and figured, oh, he could take a shortcut. You know what I mean? But
I'll say this: I don't know if we all remember, but I mean, I'm sure the mayor remember. I mean, his wife and himself, they held this event. It was called a trucking. I don't know the name of it. I don't want to make it up, but the title. I don't want to make up the title, but they had an event, and it was to get you into the trucking industry, but on the government side, and it was free. That's kind of where we started that information. And then I worked with a friend of mine, and Michelle McGee and her dad, and we started with their truck. And then from there, it was just growth, man, in the logistics industry. So we have free. There are free programs. I mean, the town held that one right.
Gotta listen. I'm the same story. A program they had in town hall. I came from where I am now, which is 2 hours away, because I heard about it. It was free, and to this day, I get. I'm on the procurement list for the state. So when these big jobs, you know what I mean? Again, like I said, first years, I haven't. So now I'm more focused. Now I'm looking to that, because if you want to make some money, get them government contracts.
Yeah.
A
little paperwork can take you a long way. It's annoying to deal with that paperwork, but it gets you once you got it, you good.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's the key, man. Man, Marcus, that's what's up, man. I
pretty proud of the young man, huh?
Hey,
look here. Hey, he's telling the truth. So he came out there, 18 years old in California, man, and we on Fort Irwin, we had this program because we train at Fort Irwin. They train the brigade size units in preparation to go into combat. And so as a part of that, as back in 07 or 8, I think when 8 came there, in 8 when he came there, we had to, create this real time or real scenarios in the battlefield. Again, to give the troops a real feel for what they can expect when they go to Afghanistan and Iraq at the time. And so one of those programs was creating the battlefield cogs, I guess. What do we call them? Citizens on the battlefield.
Yeah, but y'all were using the cargo.
Yeah.
containers as the homes.
Oh, that's what I was telling people. Yeah. So this whole tiny homes with these cargo containers, I can talk about it all day. But this program, so we had to go out and find 300 people. Didn't have to speak any of the language. We dressed them up like Afghanis or Iraqis or whatever the case may be, and just populate these little small towns. So when the troops go in, we create these scenarios that they're going to have to, that they will see in the combat situation. And so that's all they were doing. So he, country fellow from Chicken Feet to Success, country fellow like me and him coming from, and you start talking about $3,000-4,000 a week, $4,000 a week.
Yeah,
that's what he's making. So he's 18 years old. It was hard. He was right. It was hard pulling him away from and say, no, you need to get on down to that school and get your education. And so, but he was making money left and right. Next thing I know, I'm seeing his tennis shoes in the house, puppies popping up. I'm like, what are you doing, man?
I've been buying everything.
Yeah, been buying everything, man. I said, oh my God, you better save something because school is going to be expensive.
Okay. I pull a couple G's a week, bump school.
Nah, but look how he's evolved, man. Good father, got his 5 kids and family here doing great stuff. So proud of it. Hey, but I'll say this before you get off is that we were talking to Mr. Gaskin. So we're gonna that program we were talking about, that skills training. We've got some more interested parties, so we're gonna go ahead and get that together here probably in the next month or so, and start working with the youth in different sports, speed, endurance. Rather skills on baseball, football, basketball. We got a lot of the talent, just right here on this program that we can offer our kids. And so when they go start playing these organized sports, they'll already understand the fundamentals of it. And that's what we're going to try to put together. No, we're going to put it together. We're going to make it happen. So we need you out there so you can get a ring like mine.
All right. Yeah.
Look familiar, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Look good on you. But yeah, I mean, that'll be good, man. We can start those type of programs. And I mean, me and you've been talking about it for a minute now, and it's really, we just got to do it. We already know what we're capable of doing. I think once we start it, rather small or big, it's going to be, amazing for the youth we have today. And we can invite those high figure athletes that we have right in our area, like the Melissa Jackson, the Byrons. I mean, it's a blessing that we have those type of people in our area, and we can invite those, and eventually I feel like programs like that will grow for different communities where we have it in different areas, almost seasonal.
That's right. Yep, I'm looking forward to it. Now I got to lose a few pounds now because I saw the pictures popped up from last Thanksgiving. Well, Thanksgiving 2018. And I was the most valuable player out there. I was the old guy
on the flag when you guys played. Oh, y'all playing
flag
tackle,
football.
Huh?
We got
football.
We need to run that back for real.
Man, that was a lot of fun. I couldn't do that now though. That was good stuff. We definitely need to do that again.
So, hey, Veronica, listen. whatever you send, that'll cover it. Okay. We extended Black Friday sale throughout the whole year. We're gonna have it's gonna be Black everyday sale. Just black everyday sale. Oh man. But hey, Mark, man, listen, man, you might as well hang out. You in the building. I saw you got active during the political season there. I was like, yeah.
Well, I really just wanted to, man, like I said in the beginning, bring more positivity out, because I understand. I mean, and like I told them before, like I'm not afraid to say it now. Majority of things they were saying wasn't the fact that it wasn't true. It's just what are you doing to help change it? I can talk about it all day. Yeah, the roads, they're messing up my stuff too. But what are we doing to help change it? Are we writing the letters and sending it's communities out there that actually do that, and they come together. And I go to deliver these communities, and I'm asking them, what do they do? What did you do to change this? And they explain it. So I'm taking out real information.
That's it. I go in the neighborhoods and I'm just watching it, and I ask, and and one of my end questions is man, y'all HOA must be really, really good. And most of the time, ain't no HOA. I'm like, oh, so who's but it's that community. It's that, all right, let's get together. We ain't about to argue with you back and forth. You know what I mean? We coming down here and we coming as a team. And again, a long time ago, somebody said they didn't want a Walmart in Paulus Island, so there's no Walmart in Paulus Island. You know what I mean? They didn't want a Home Depot there. There's no Home Depot there. You know?
Yeah. If you don't want it, it won't come. If you actually work towards it, if you want something, it's gonna come. So I feel like if we come together as a community, that those things that come, man. And I love the energy. I love the energy that we had during the political, and I pray that we can continue that energy even when it comes to the meetings, that so we can communicate
it's gonna
together.
be needed, man. It's gonna be needed because this the national race is gonna be brutal. Okay, I already see they already started eating each other on the Democratic side.
Yeah,
but man, Adams, he done messed around and went off script, and you're on live, Ms. Middleton, and so it's going to be brutal, and it's going to, Georgetown County's got a lot of things that they got up their sleeves, but I don't think it's going to come to fruition. But what you working on there, sir?
That's Miss Dawn Middleton there. Okay. Yeah, she's one of the I think one of the managers down. Good friend, good lady, down at Dollar General on Main. And I'll tell you, they're doing a wonderful job up there. They used to be, before the new management came, they used to be really a tough place to go and shop because it was just overcrowded. And they're doing a wonderful job over there at Dollar General. Shout out to Miss Dawn Middleton.
Nice.
Hey, but I would say this, guys, and I'm not gonna be able to stay too long because I've got to review this presentation for you in the morning, so I'm gonna be up and early. But I want to just cover a couple other things. Again, I'm glad we get back to not only the politics, and just what the business that I'm responsible for now. Just wanted to again highlight the fact that on Friday there will be I don't want to call it the pantry really, because it's just a lot of good products. The complete meal that we'll be giving out to the community, and so expect to fly on that. Shout out to Mr. McKenzie. Miss McKenzie, Carla McKenzie and the team with the decoration. I don't know if you guys haven't seen it yet. I'll tell you, downtown looks great, and they're going to continue to work all the way down on the west end of town to get some decorations up there. The big lights are up, but we're going to do some other things with the poles. The challenge is for us because we have according to the study that was done, we have the longest stretch of Main Street probably in South Carolina. Typically, a Main Street is maybe 2 or 3, no more than 4 blocks. Ours run from, the expectation is from Advance all the way down to Stop and Shop. So it's a little more challenging and resource intense but we think we can get, we can represent on that end a little bit better than we have in the past. So I want to give them and to 3D Metal for the work they've done on the park. The park is beautiful. Look a lot like last year, but it's just really festive out there right now. So thanks to them. We're also going to head up the revitalization committee. So we have that team because they've been doing part of that Main Street Facebook website. Again, that's Ms. McKenzie that's running that. And so her, along with Councilwoman Angela Anderson, some others that's going to come together and take that portion of the vision and plan with respect to the revitalization concepts, and then come back and speak, talk to the citizens, come back with some other ideas, and so we can develop and flush those plans out, because we do have some funds right now to begin with some of the way signs and that stuff. But again, it has to be done and that is coordinated. It's not going to be piecemeal. So we'll take the necessary steps to get that done. But that team, and if you want to be a part of that, as Mark is just talking about, we want everybody to come out and be a part of those activities. But understanding too, there's as many people you're gonna have different ideas. So we'll have to narrow it down and then move out with the plan. Little Caesar Pizza, the management stopped by yesterday, I believe, just kind of give us an update. They've already started working there to start the renovation process. The tough thing right now is getting all of the, I guess the market is pretty slow in terms of the equipment that they require for that place. But they're anticipating right now, somewhere in January, no later than February is an opening date. But again, a lot of things kind of drive that opening. But good news is that they're moving forward with that. Of course, that's going to generate some jobs. Yeah, I wanted to cover that. And again, I appreciate everybody, man. Just keeping that energy. It's important. Again, as Marcus say, that we cannot go to sleep. And it starts to get involved. You and I talked, Jamal, about when we were coming up as young kids. We weren't aware of the local government. Had no idea who the mayor was. No one. There wasn't an emphasis in our life for whatever reason. Didn't talk about it at school. Didn't talk about it at home. We just went about our business. And it wasn't until I think I was a senior when I recall Coach Hazelden and Miss Hazelden coming to school, and then it's like, okay, that's the mayor's wife and son. And it still didn't register to me. I was all about sports and school and being the best athletes. But it's important. That's why I'll say again, spending more time with our children and helping to foster this kind of environment of understanding, because everything is politics. You said it the other night when we were speaking with Jay, or not Jay, actually it was Mr. Donald Gilliard. All things are politics. It has an impact, especially at the municipal level. It affects you more immediately than you will see things that's coming from the national level. So it's important to be involved. So I appreciate it. I'm gonna lean on these guys. I talked to Marcus, Buck, Mr. Jamar, all these guys and young ladies who come together, Miss Whitney, both Whitneys, Veronica, she's been in the game for a long time. She understands how this plays. Anytime. I don't know when I'll check with them tomorrow. Hopefully I'll see them at the State of the City to see where they are, but I haven't spoken with them in a while. So, but they I saw some covering going on at the CBS place, so we'll see what the status is. And, of course, these things take time. Those folks got to go through their process to acquire land, if that's the case, or require space and go through all those regulatory requirements before we actually see the building of something. So we want it now, but that's not the reality. So the good thing is that there's a lot of interest. And my plan tomorrow, when I'm finished briefing those guys, as we always do annually, is to generate even more interest. So once we present tomorrow, we'll come back and probably in the next straight talk is give some feedback, provide some of the slide presentation that we put together this afternoon, and then come back and talk about that. Yes, ma'am. We're looking forward to the Anytime Fitness Gym. But that's the thing. So it's key that we get involved and promote our town, in a positive way, because people are watching, man. I mean, they're watching, and if they don't see that the town is united, of course, you're going to always have someone that's off on on a different level talking about something that is going to be different from where that's going to happen. I don't care where you are. You're going to see more of it during the campaign. This time it was more than it should have been, but it is what it is, and hopefully we can grow from that. Find the silver lining and let's move forward, because that's all I'm about. And those who want to move forward with us and be a part of this change in Andrews, welcome aboard. There's plenty of space for you. Those who are against it, we're absolutely full. We don't have any capacity for negativity. And that's just the way it is. And I want to give a shout out to Bishop Michael D. Shackelford. And man, those guys and ladies and men has been praying and keeping.
I've been tapping in, man. I've been tapping in. I listen. Oh, come on, man. I've been tapping in. All right, because again, the other side been working hard, and our side working hard too. So I'm just keeping it real with you. I've been tapping in.
You got to fight. You got to fight fire with fire. And so I just know that what Bishop and all of the young men and women that came together that energy was so electric, man. I'm telling you. And then they're going to hit me with Dr. Wright at the end, who is, you know, family to us, man. And just the way she prayed and just captured everything that really is the heart and soul of who I am. And from Andrews, nobody else could have done that. There's some very powerful speakers, don't get me wrong, but I'll tell you, if you get an opportunity to go back and listen to her message, and I will tell you, if you are from Andrews, you will feel it. You will know that this woman certainly is a woman of God and speaks the word, and she know her people, she know this town, and she know the needs of it because they've been here forever and a day. And so I encourage people to go back, man. That was a good day for me. You're talking about tears of joy, and that's just the way it is. And so I'm inspired. It gives me energy to keep going forward. So again, if you want to be on this train of success, unlimited space. If you're negative, we are full capacity. We have no room, no seats available for anything that's negative. Bottom line.
No doubt. And if you ain't doing the work, just shut up. Just step back. If you ain't putting in the work, just, you know what I mean, sit back and watch us work.
Yeah.
You know,
we're gonna move forward. You wait here, and there's gonna be a couple of announcements here. I gotta let it fully develop. There you go. That young lady's on the train there. I mean, we have to be, man. I mean, Andrews, and people know this. And if you look at, someone posted the history over time, if you really read it and digest it, you see where the economy of the town ebbed and flowed. And there's periods where something comes along, or that, you know, and it boosts the economy back. But see where we are right now in these days and time in the 21st century, you have to build the foundation that it can survive. It can sustain itself when there's some form of a pandemic, something that hits that caused some things to happen, that you don't lose the entire town. That's what's important right now for this administration and beyond, is that how do you set Andrews up, prepare the next core of leaders to carry this thing on, because I'm 60 years old. I'm not going to be doing this forever, but we need to begin to prepare the folks who are going to take over, because you're not going to generate a whole bunch more money. So how do you manage what we generate and keep this thing moving, make it be a place that people want to come and live? That's what we're charged to do. And so it's encouraging to see, again, young folks like Marcus, Jamar, and these, Buck and these folks come along and says, hey, look, I want to be a part of this. We see it. And that's the thing. So somebody out of that bunch, or someone is going to be the next leaders of this town. But you got to love it, man. You got to be doing it for the town, for the people, not for a title. Titles get you nowhere. And I don't care at any level of the toughest level of government to manage into is at the municipal level, because you don't have a whole lot of revenue coming in. So if you don't do what's right and understand business, and can be able to see the potential of something happening that you're going to, again, it's like anything else in your family. You got to plan for a rainy day, because things are going to happen. And if you can't sustain that, and it buckles your town or your organization and sets you back for 20, 30 years, you'll never survive. So the thing is now is to make this thing, this town where that it can absorb a tough period of time and then continue to move forward. That's where we are. So I encourage people to come on, man.
So Miss Dawn, you not being in the city limits, no, that don't stop you from working. I ain't even in the city. I ain't even in the county, and like, because there's some big things coming up county wise, right? Because we got to get 2 county representatives. We got 2 county representatives on the county council, so we got to get 2 that represent us. Okay, and we don't have that now. So that's where, you know what I mean, don't let not being in the city stop nothing. Okay.
And that's a good point, because with a young lady like Dawn, who is a positive person who's a loving, caring person that I know of, you have influence. So even if you don't live in the city limits, what happens in the city limits impacts you. So when I talk to people about Andrews, I talk about the 29510. So those even live in Warrensburg County, Sanford. If you come here to go to school, shop, then what happens in Andrews matters to you. And so then, I mean, Miss McKenzie don't live in the city limits, but she's working really hard. So what you're doing, even as an employee in the town, things matter. The security, the development, all those things matters to folks. And I want to hear from you, you know. And so yeah, your voice carries a long time. Carries a long ways. Even if you don't vote, you make a difference. So we appreciate, and she's always been encouraging, man. She even tell me about eating the fish I get out of Black River, and you gotta be careful of the consumption of all those bass with that. She stays on me now. So you matter. All the way out, you know, again, Osita, Big Dam, you know, Earls. If you're 29510, that means you are impacted by what happened here. So we need you. We need everybody involved. You're spending your dollars here, so you have a say. That's what I'm gonna work on that bass situation, but I tell you what, I'm itching to get back out there again. This campaign, man, was really grueling, and it took me away from a lot of stuff. To include my fishing, man, that was killing me. I couldn't, you know, I had to stay focused. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna read up on this bass situation.
Do you fish, Marcus?
I have in the past. I haven't had time, but I have in the past.
No, you don't fish. You don't fish. Your sisters be pulling them out the water. You over there having a.
Oh, I know they 2 steps ahead of me now.
I see them girls pulling. What's in there, John? They had a bass ball bigger than her.
All right.
but she caught that in the fishing hole that I cleaned out and prepared for myself. So they caught the fish. Send me pictures, man. That's cruel.
Hey,
that's cruel.
But that would be nice to have something like that, man. Like some type of fishing tournament. We'll be taking the teenagers, because I mean, let me tell you one thing. When I was working in those group homes, one of the hardest things to figure out is the activity for the youth. I got to be there for, I don't know, 16 hours a day. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with you for these 16 hours, and I got 8 of them. So, you know, and I got funds to take them on activities. But again, if I go out on these, am I gonna be able to keep your attention? Am I taking you someplace that's gonna make me happy or you happy? So a lot of the times we'd have these activity therapists take these kids to some place that they like to go. Like we'll go walk in the mall. Man, them kids act fool. Now you got to call the police to grab them and take them back to the facility. And so what we did, I would take them places like how you was like fishing, hiking. They never run away. You ain't running into them bushes over there with that tiger bin that I just seen. Oh, you got to stay in the pile, stay in the pack. So they staying in line, and it's all about figuring out how to manipulate them to follow the right path where you want them to go. You know what I'm saying? So we got to do that with our youth, man. And a lot of times they're manipulating us as adults.
What's his name? The guy, the park ranger guy, the head of the park range, head of the state parks. What's his name?
Mr. Moon, I believe it is.
I forgot, but I do.
Moon.
He was saying that he took out Claflin basketball team out on a trip at night camping. He said, "Man, them boys was around him,
cuddled up, right?"
So I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, you gotta take us somewhere. They gonna be like, yeah, we ain't running off over there.
Yeah, something they ain't used to.
And that's it. So that's what it's all about, man. We're gonna make this thing fun, man. Getting out of town, active. People already envying the fact that we have some of the largest parades now and festivals, and so when we come together,
everybody trying to get what they had this festival. Y'all can call it what y'all want.
We want them to envy Andrews, man. I mean, let's do this. This is easy, I say easy, but it's a lot of work you got to put into it. But we can do that. We can do it. We can get our youth involved, and prayerfully, we keep them out of these other activities that's going to get them in trouble.
Yeah.
Yes, parents. If you're listening to the sound of my voice, we don't have access to your young men and your young women. You gotta bring them out to these county council meetings, to these town meetings, just to show them. You know what I mean? And I know sometimes it's a bit much for a younger child to get through, but your teenage children, take them to the food pantry. Take them and ask the folks at Ebenezer when they're doing the food bank. Hey, can whatever his or her name, can they come out here and volunteer? Get them into volunteering early. You have to teach them that. They not, I mean, they may pick it up on their own, but don't leave it to that. You know what I mean? You get them involved, and you take an active role in getting them involved early.
Yep, and use the internet. Put it out there. As far as we got a lot of community leaders in our community. Put it out there that, hey, you're invited. You're invited. A lot of times, I mean, I'm not always on the computer, but when I see things like that, where you're embracing people, you never know, somebody might peek out there and enjoy what they see. And I have yet to catch, believe it or not, I have yet to catch a full Heritage Festival. I've always caught the Friday, but I want to eventually be able to catch that. But I've seen it online, and that's why I'm saying, we got to utilize online. Like when we got town council meetings, I think we should start putting it online also, because everybody's going to have an excuse why they can't get there. I got an excuse why I can't make it, but putting that online, that would be a good thing to have online, man. That's where you can't say you missed it. You can't say you didn't hear this being planned or talked about. We need to be able to catch our people more.
No doubt. Ms. Dawn put up a comment right here, and Ms. Dawn, I it's hard to patrol something like that. And I'm just saying, because people are free to do that, and you would hope that that's one of them things where it's like, you know what I mean, like the honesty policy, or just it's like a self-policing things. You would hope adults would know, hey, this is a crowd of people, you know what I mean, I shouldn't play this here. Those are little girls over there, there's a little boys over there, there's whatever. So that's something that, I don't think the town could legislate. I guess the town could put a rule in place and say, hey, look, don't play this kind of music. That's I don't know. Is that something the town can legislate?
To a degree, yes, because when we had I think we had one or two songs or something like that. Things that was played, and we addressed that, and it was getting late in the evening, and it was time to shut it down. But I think all the organizers, if they put that as a part of their application, just let them know these, no swear words, and if you like you said, someone's going to do it, and then we just call them on it when that happens. But it's definitely not one of those things that we allow or say that is okay. That's people just kind of taking it on their own, and we'll address it once if it happens.
No doubt. And so you guys see it right here, Food Bank tomorrow at 9 at Ebenezer. Good info right there. Ms. Dawn says kids at the parades, and I agree with you. It's a family event. Again, I've been to some events that you have to look at, like, we got to get back to shaming each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. You got to call them out. Look,
you got to call them out. Like, come on now.
People.
That's. Do you not know no better? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Let's see. Yeah, you have to agree to disagree.
Do you have that I sent you a flyer from Ms. Joyce for the December 2nd, this Saturday. There's she wanted me to mention that tonight.
Okay, let me get that up there. Let's see what we got here.
That's
like, let's say if you did make a rule on the parade thing, right? And let's say if a person still did it, the problem is you wouldn't be able to find them. I think that's where it's going on. You wouldn't be able to do anything other than saying this can't be done. What's the extremes to music, and what are the lows to it?
Well, swear words and things that are provocative and things that is not permitted. Now I'll go back and look in the ordinance book. We got a pretty thick ordinance book. I just haven't had to nothing has driven me to that section yet. But now it is. We're having a conversation. We go check it out, and then I'll speak with Chief because there are things that fall under the disorderly, section of the town's ordinance that will probably address that. I don't think I believe it's probably in there. I mean, like the loud music. Now these squat vehicles now cannot, those things are now outlawed. So people can expect to, if you still have these squat trucks, you can get cited for it. That's a new state law. Now I say that to say that there's a lot of things in it. You just have to, once an incident comes up, it'll drive you to and do the research and see what can be enforced and what can't. Especially when it's a town sanctioned event. If it's a government sanctioned event, we pretty much can set those policies.
So it's okay to be loud as long as it's censored.
Well, even if it's get too loud in cases, sometimes it's expected, but there's, if you're out just driving around, all that loud noise, we get complaints about
That's
it.
different. Yeah.
It's not okay. It's something we have a noise ordinance, and if you're caught, you can be cited. So yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, and again, I mean, you would hope that, you know what I mean, if you get in a parade and you're doing this and that, you would have enough just self-discipline to,
and that's what's missing is the respect for one another. It is we couldn't get away with that back in the day. Other people, other grown-ups could tell you or can, correct you if you're out doing something, and then they're going to call your parents. Yeah, it's a little bit different now.
Yeah, these days are different.
So, yeah, it's very different in terms of just policing up each other. So you'll have to resort back to what's in violation of the policies and ordinances and the law to really get people to change. But if we get back to just respecting one another and being courteous, that will address a lot of these things that we're seeing right now. I mean, kids, you walk by kids these days, and you can be old as I am, and they'll use their choice of words very freely.
I got a lot of experience with that, man. Like a lot of the youth these days, I'm talking about 13 on down, not 13 on up. Their choice of words, they have cell phones better than our cell phones. I mean, I seen it in middle school when I worked in middle school. The kids are using language that I couldn't believe it. I mean, they know how to communicate about sex. They know how to talk about. They know more music than I know. So I was learning from them on just the things of the world. I'm like,
no doubt.
There's no way.
Yeah, I experienced that.
I mean, don't be surprised. Man. Like a lot of these adults are not on game like these kids right now.
Oh no, at all.
The internet has evolved.
And they got kids in their houses speaking different language and talking all around them because they don't want to listen to the music, and it's just. But here, let me see if I can get it. Is this is what we're talking about right here, man?
Yes.
All right, so let me get a quick read here. See what we got here. Get this big up so I can see it. All right, you are invited. The Journey of Joy. Celebration of Life event. Join us as we celebrate our cancer survivors. All are welcome. Attire casual, survivors in pink, all others in blue. The keynote speaker is Minister Anna Blackstock. Entertainment by Helen Miller. Please contact Ms. Joyce Hudson, CEO, at 540. Hold on.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, at 540-840-6094. And this will take place December 2nd at 5 p.m. at the Andrews Rec, and that is 220 South Cedar Street in Andrews, South Carolina, 29510. One more time, you are invited. The Journey of Joy. Okay, this is a celebration of life. Join us as we celebrate our cancer survivors. All are welcome. Attire casual, survivors in pink, all others in blue. Keynote speaker, Minister Anna Blackstock. Entertainment, Helen Miller. Please contact Ms. Joyce Hudson, the CEO, at 540-840-6094. I can't read that thing on the bottom. continue to fight. Continue to fight the good fight.
The good fight. Mm-hmm.
Yep, December 2nd, 2023 at 5 p.m. Andrews Rec Center.
Ms. Joyce was doing that thing for 25 years, and I'm not. I think she did it last year. She put on a wonderful event. It's usually a formal event, but this time it's going to, like she says, casual. She wants the kids to come, so everything is free. It's going to be, I think it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood 4 or 5 course meal, plenty to eat. So she's inviting out. She also has a limousine service, so then folks who go through the experience of battling cancer, when they ring the bell, she'll come and pick you up in the limousine and take you to and from your appointment home, on that day. So it's more to that. She's a wonderful person, man, and so I encourage folks to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm reminded that censorship is a fine line. So again, we're talking about the music and what's played. We'll go back to the ordinance, talk to the chief, talk to the town's attorney, and see if that's a problem. If it becomes a problem, how do we address it? But yes, for Saturday.
No doubt. All right, so listen, guys, I'm about to end it here. We were supposed to be off here 30 minutes ago, but that's how Real Talk Tuesday gets. Marcus, man, you definitely got to come back, man. I mean, just to talk, I want to talk business with you one day, man. Just you kind of walk in some. Let's just talk business. Let's just talk about the ups and downs, the expectations, the false expectations that people have, and just let's just give people a real look at what it means to manage your own business and thing. No doubt, man. Appreciate you, big dog. Y'all keep that going. And keep inspiring them, Bishop. You know what I mean?
Man, he's a rock star.
No doubt.
You got to give it to him, man. And
no doubt. He even inspired. They was like 21 days of prayer. Well, let's do that too. I was like, come on, big dog, let's go.
Look,
that's what I'm talking about.
It just goes to show you, man.
That's what I knew. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. That's when I was like, boy, they playing around. They when I seen that, I said, does he know? Is he? But anyway.
And guess what? And so you see how the word is spreading. So now I think when the young lady who was from Jacksonville, Florida. So now the 21 day prayer is moving to Jacksonville, Florida. Because again, prayers needed across this country, man. You see the things that are happening, the senseless crime. We have moved so far away from the basis of our, the church. The church's role in the community. When you get the government, our churches, our parents, and everybody working, our law enforcement, everybody working together, our kids don't have a choice but to do what's right when everybody's on the same sheet of music. But when we have a separate agenda, then we will see the separation, and then kids and anything else, the bad people all see the gap between the leaders of the community, and they shoot that gap and then do what they want to do, and so we have to pull it together. It's not too late to begin to work together, because it's absolutely necessary. You can't have a four-legged stool survive with just 3 legs. It ain't going to stand up.
No doubt.
It ain't going to stand up. If it should be 4, let's get it all together. I see old Jerry Davis. She done missed the whole show. But she's out taking care of son. Young Avery's getting some treatment down there, so she's been busy.
Abe, all right?
Yeah, he's they're checking him out down there. They're checking him out to see what's going on with him. I'll give you a buzz offline. Ms. Peggy, come in. That's another active community leader. Hey, I'm gonna need some toys, Ms. Peggy. I'm gonna need some toys. I'm going to, again, as a part of an appreciation for all everybody's work, we're going to have something as a part of this parade. I'm going to ask my dad to cook one of those hogs, man, so we can give some barbecue away. So we got toys and things around for the kids. We just want to have a good old time have them all come out there and enjoy the event. So the parade is on the 10th. I think it's, let me. I don't want to jack this up. Make sure I get
So you said you having a toy drive type of deal, or no?
Yeah, we last year, and Miss Bobby, oh my God, she's gonna get me. And she's back in town. She ran our the angel tree for us last year. Very successful. A lot of families were blessed to get some, great toys, brand new. So I'll check with the court administrator.
Another thing, if she knows where there's companies that's donating the toys, I don't mind taking one of my trucks and picking up those, filling up the truck, and just having it ready for the parade when she want to deliver. It's just just an option out there.
I think that bust me out. Bobby Hughes. Hey, I'm an old man. I forget things sometimes. Miss Bobby Hughes. Yeah, so she's back and she's going to help us with this angel tree. And again, you just to see the look on these kids' face, man, because not everybody at the same level. So we can come together and provide, whether it's food products or toys for the kids. We want everybody to have a blessed Christmas, Thanksgiving. Again, a lot of folks stepped up for that. So let's come together and help somebody, and do it out of your heart, not for publicity. That's not the time for that. This is giving and giving from your heart, and that's what we need. So we'll have a spot over there by Fats, and we'll be taking care of a few families. And Friday is going to kick that off for us at the food fair, if you will.
The tent.
Oh yeah, Jared's got the hats. We got plenty of tent. We'll get.
You said the 10th.
Yeah, the 10th is the
what we got here?
The parade. So you have the parade, followed by the tree lighting at Town Hall, followed by the bonfire over back at the park, where we'll have hot chocolates, and just enjoy some festive music and all that stuff, man. Just again, an opportunity for the community to come together. Last thing for me, I think, is Jones Avenue. We also will have a team going down to Jones Avenue Park. Lights have been donated. I have some that Mrs. Fisher.
Yeah, I'll be working out there Friday and Saturday.
This Friday, Saturday?
This Friday and Saturday. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll join you out there. I know I got a couple of things, but I want to come out there and help out with that and just make bring that park to life. So it's going to happen, man. We're going to again, for everybody that's moving in a positive direction, the train has plenty of seats. If you're not, we are completely full of capacity. Yes, it is. So we'll have to figure out the time, and we'll shoot.
Well, I'll be there all morning. Friday, I'll get down there. So yeah, I'll be in town, Miss Fisher. Like I said, I wasn't. I had to kind of sit back for a couple of days. I had some mental. I had some mental issues I had to deal with. So, but I'm over those mental issues now, and I'll be down there, and we'll be on the Ave. And Miss Melanie reached out to me, and she's going to have some chicken, and we're going to cook some food, and we're just going to give away food, this weekend. So it's going to be like an impromptu thing, but you know what I mean? You're going to know if you want to get you a chicken sandwich or something like that. But I saw something else. I saw something last year, man, that I was working, doing a job. I was in the trap, right? Doing a job. And this guy came out, and I think I sent a picture of it to you, but it was a little plastic bag, and it had a face towel, a regular towel, some soap, just basically a little hygiene kit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I thought that was I'm gonna find that picture, and I'm gonna start putting them together so that we can just have them. It's just a good thing that you have in the car. That so if you see somebody out there that, you know what I mean, hey, take this right here, hey, type thing. But anyway, I don't know. I just started thinking out loud. But hey, fellas, I appreciate you guys, man. Care package. There you go, Jared. That's why you came in here when you did, right there. So any last words, guys?
Hey, no, I'm good, man. Again, always proud of my nephew there, doing his thing. You want to encourage him to keep doing that. And all the young folks who out there are entrepreneurs. That's what this whole vision and plan in Black River Park is now. Give us the opportunity to be our own boss. So think through that process. So I appreciate you guys bringing them on and bring that energy back to the town. Beat somebody else giving. I'll say that. Let that be the competition. Helping somebody else. I'm going to help 4 or 5 families. Then I want somebody to come along and maybe help 6. And when you start seeing that kind of stuff happen, you're going to see a new attitude, and we'll get back to being that friendly town. That So the train is moving. It's moving. It's left the station, and so get on it. Otherwise, you'll have to catch up.
Hey, and check on your people tomorrow. All right, the weather's temperature's dropping pretty severe. I think it's supposed to get down to 27 down on the coast somewhere like that around there. So you guys, check on your people, busted pipes or whatever, and because this is that time of year. So
and I do got, if you know anybody, man, I got a guy number who can help with them pipes. Tim, we call him the junk man. He can get up in there and fix that thing real quick, cheap. Because I know a lot of these guys, they charge a good bit of money. I used him all my years here in Andrews, so I ain't never had no problems with him. He fix my pipes when they get too cold and bust.
No doubt. Black Diamond Princess got to get back up on the podcast. So you pick a day.
All right.
I appreciate it, gentlemen.
All right, hey, listen, man, y'all have a good one. We are out of here. So you listen, save that blood pressure, man. Is somebody snoring?
It sounds like it is.
Say that blood pressure medicine. Don't take all of it yet. We're gonna let you be all right. Just keep it a Tuesday. You just hold it back the next Tuesday. All right. But anyway, y'all have a good one. Oh, before we get out of here, tomorrow 8:30. You guys are gonna. What time are you scheduled to? You guys are scheduled to do your presentation. So if you are in the Georgetown area and you don't, go down and see what's going on in your county. You know what I mean, with your neighbors and with your own time. So what time are you going to be speaking?
Yeah, we'll be speaking somewhere in the neighborhood about 9:20, but it's a paid event. So again, this is the Chamber of Commerce, one of their fundraisers.
Whoa,
and it's a paid event.
My bad.
No, they should still come on down. It's worth it. If not, we will come back as a part of the show and give that same presentation. It's all the things we've been talking about it, but it is packaged in a way that's succinct, and then you'll probably get a little bit more out of it, because when we get on events like this, we talk about everything. But we'll make it available for the public once we get through this thing tomorrow. Somebody sleep.
Oh,
it's probably one of the pit bulls of his.
Yeah.
I know it's one of those dogs of his.
Hey, I said, wait a minute, when you talk about somebody snoring?
Look, I know it's one of those pit bulls.
He knocked out, man.
This dude had a hard day.
Oh man.
Love you.
That's what it is, man. Hey guys, great show. I will say thank you, and we are out.